I believe that the Mexicans and other people can stand up with them, but those who are from Mexican heritage, the Hispanic Mexico, they should stand up and say, hey, this was made illegal out of discrimination. That right there in itself makes the whole idea of it being illegal wrong. They talk about discrimination and hate crimes. Our own government discriminated against people because of a drug that it was really not that serious. And they discriminated not only against the people, but the drug itself, and started a huge campaign. And frankly, from some of the things that I've seen and some of the videos that I've watched in news, you can see that there is so much money, even in polls. People have said there is so much money pumped into it, when we can take all this money and we could build roads, we can build schools, we can supply books, we can raise our educational levels, we can give grants. And another thing is, like the Lord said, the Hispanic people, it is part of their heritage. It is, no different than, you can say certain European countries, the people drink a lot. And it's true, they do. You can't deny that fact. There are countries where people do drink a lot. It's part of their heritage. The Indian tribes, they use peyote. It's part of their rituals. As the Dirt Lord over here brought up, they can have it. And what's an interesting thing about that is Rastafarians, which are very well known for smoking pot, are not allowed to do it in this country because it's pot. Now, what happened to the separation of church and state? What happened to that freedom? It's gone. They've taken that away right there. All right, if you can't see that, there's something wrong. It doesn't matter what this issue is. They, right there, have breached the rights that they're not supposed to take. It's just, it's unbelievable. And I'll be the first one to come down on some of the churches for a lot of things because it has been so twisted, and the people that do know the truth won't try to take it back to what it was. But, it is interesting that what our president did say. That's just one example. There's many times where he talked about legalizing it, several videos on that. But his direct quote is, "I inhaled frequently. That was the point." And that was President Obama, which I say that at least he had, the courage to stand up there, unlike, a certain president, and he come right out and said it, which, that takes a lot of courage. And I think he figured it was just time, and it is. It's time. It's the 21st century. We need to move forward. And that is such a small thing to move forward. We are so far behind Europe in so many things, and that's just one of them. And look up Reefer Madness. So that was what they called it back in that time in the 20s and 30s. You can probably find a lot of different information on it. Woody Harrelson does a movie that's called Grass. It's a documentary that goes through and if you can get a hold of that movie, watch that movie. It's got some great things. It tells you everything about the history of it and what happened. I just wanted to bring this back to the point because this is for the people, and it should be what the people want. And if it's something like so many politicians and lawmakers have said, if it's not hurting somebody else, it's your own personal thing, just like tobacco and alcohol. There should be limits, but if it's not hurting anyone else and it's not really hurting you that much, not any worse than alcohol or tobacco, then what's wrong with it? It's all about your rights, and they keep taking them. That should be the motto. Holding a joint going, why not? that should be the national marijuana. Why not? All right? And maybe someday we'll be able to sit here and we'll be able to smoke on whatever bongs we want. And then we can start really complaining about more important issues, which I want to talk about them too, because they're just as important. But I like to hit all issues and a variety of them because there's a lot of things out there, and there's a lot of important issues. There's hunger and wars and terrorists being let loose. So, I want to hit on those, but there's other things too. And this is something that the tax money from this would be so phenomenal. It would be such a boost. It would cut down on crime, and it would just financially be wonderful for our country. And That's a perfect model. The Dirt Lord said it. It's a Dirt Lord original. Why not? It's for the people, because that's what it's all about.